Hello everyone, this is Void Spirit. I'm here to bring you guys amazing fanfiction that you will surely enjoy. But before we start, please subscribe and like the video for more amazing content. Ch1. Rimuru Tempest. What have they done to you? Rimuru asked while looking at Asia, who was sleeping. Rimuru took a seat on the chair beside Asia, who was sleeping after she cried her heart out. I wish I could have arrived a little bit earlier, Rimuru said while she continues to look at the sleeping girl. He was blaming himself for not arriving early to save his childhood friend. Yes, Rimuru was born into a wealthy family, and ever since he was a child he always helps his parents and their company. He helped it by inventing new products, helping solve problems, and many more. By the age of 6 he was already considered as the next heir of the company, and he was considered a child prodigy, a genius amongst genius. But there is also another reason for his knowledge, and that is because he was a reincarnated person. Back in his old world, Rimuru was known for many titles: Chaos Creator, the Great Demon Lord, King of the Kingdom of Tempest, and the most known title that he had was the successor of the Star Dragon King. He went to this world to escape from Board Dome. He reincarnated into this world 17 years ago, where he reincarnates himself as a baby with the help of his partner named Seal. At first, he thought that his life in this world will also become boring, but it's the opposite. It was all because of a girl that had been with him when he was a child. Rimuru and the girl spend their time together until the time comes when Rimuru's parents decided to move to London and leave there. He was sad since he won't be able to see his friend, but he promised to the girl that he would return to her side. And now the very girl that was Rimuru's friend when he was a child was sleeping in front of him because of trauma that she got due to those being called supernatural. I'll be back, Asia, Rimuru said as he stood up and left the room. He went to the dining room where his parents awaits him. How is she? His father asked. She will be okay, but she was traumatized, Rimuru replied. I still can't believe that those people from the underworld will do something like this just because of a little sacred gear, his mother said. His father and mother are aware of the supernatural because his father and mother are direct descendants of King Arthur Pendragon of Camelot himself, and they possess power greater than those who rule the supernatural world. They don't want to get involved in the world of the supernatural where a lot of people strived for power, so they decided to change their family name to Tempest, and Rimuru just by pure coincidence reincarnated to the family which also has the last name Tempest. Also, they don't know about Rimuru being a reincarnated person. I would stay by her side, Rimuru said smiling. All right, she needs you more right now, his father said as he nodded to Rimuru's answer. After that, the family had breakfast since they are in London and it was already morning. The rays of the morning sunlight started to penetrate the windows of a well-decorated room, where a girl with yellow blonde hair slept. The rays of the sun started to shine on her white skin. After a while, Asia woke up from her sleep. She slowly gets up and looks around as she remembers the blue-haired boy. Oh, where? Asia said. You in a mansion belongs to Tempest family, young lady, a maid said with a bow. I growl. Asia didn't get to finish her words because her stomach started to growl since she haven't eaten. I will bring you your breakfast, my lady, the maid said as she went outside to get her breakfast. After a few minutes, the maid returned with a cart. She then immediately put the breakfast table on her bed. After the maid finished putting all of the breakfast, the maid left and only said the words, "Please call me if you need anything," said by maid, and bowed before she left. Asia wanted to ask why she was being treated like this, but she didn't get a chance to speak. When Asia looked at the table, she was her breakfast consisting of fired eggs, bacon, French toast with jam, there also salad and English muffins, blood sausage with freshly made salad, and a milk. She was surprised because she knew that this was an expensive breakfast. After a while, she started to eat and finish her breakfast. The maid then enters again, but this time she entered with Rimuru. The maid takes a breakfast table and leaves the room. Thank you, Asia said to Rimuru. Don't worry about it, Rimuru replied with a gentle smile. Can I ask why are you helping me? Asia asked Rimuru, who sat down on a chair that was on the side of her bed. Well, I can't leave my childhood friend suffering, can I? Rimuru said, which made Asia surprised by the word childhood friend. Asia then remembers a boy she used to play with when she was just a little child. No way you're Rimuru, Asia asks with surprise. Indeed I am. I see that you are still short as always, Asia, Rimuru said with a teasing tone. Asia then immediately rushed and hugged Rimuru while she cried on his shoulder. Rimuru just hugged her to calm her down. I thought I wouldn't be able to see you again. I thought you have forgotten about your promise, Asia said while still crying and hugging Rimuru tightly. Sorry I took so long to return, Rimuru said. Don't ever leave me alone, idiot, Asia said. Yeah, never again, Rimuru replied. On the other side of the door, Rimuru's father and mother along with some of the servants were eavesdropping on the two. Oh, our young master is so cool. When he said those words, one of the maid. Shush, they will hear us, Rimuru's mother said. Ah, sorry madam, I just can't hot it, the servant replied. Rimuru's father was just having a proud face, and in his mind, he was saying the words, that's my son. Rimuru's father and mother were well aware of the friendship that the two share, and they know that their friendship can even go beyond that. Back to Rimuru and Asia, they were talking about the past. It's been 7 years since you left and you didn't even bother to contact me in any way, Asia said while pounding. Rimuru saw her like that and he just thought that it was cute. I wanted to contact you, but when I send a letter it's just returned to me saying that you and your family move and I don't have any other way to find your house, Rimuru said. Well, Rimuru could use his omniscient to know where she was, but Seal warned him that if he used it, all of the information about this world will instantly flow to his mind. He doesn't want his fun to get ruined, so he didn't use it. I see, so you did try to contact me, Asia said, realizing that she was also one of the reasons why Rimuru could contact her. It's alright, what more important is we both are reunited, right? Rimuru said while standing up and heading towards the door, which made Asia confused. And besides, I think you guys should give us our own private space, Rimuru said as he opens the door, and his mother, father, and the servant was seen eavesdropping on their conversation. And they just let out a he while scratching their head, which made Asia smile, since what she was a happy family. After a week Asia regained her strength and walks. She was also surprised that she was in London and not in Japan, and that Asia and Rimuru were in the garden of the mansion under the shade of a tree. The two sits there and talk to each other. Rimuru, can I ask you something? Sure, go ahead, Rimuru replied. How did you save me? Asia said, which made Rimuru flinch because he didn't expect that she would ask such a question. Are you sure you want to hear it? It might bring back bad memories, Rimuru said with a serious tone. I want to know, Asia replied while being a little bit hesitant. Well, when you died I arrived just in time and recovered your soul that had been broken, Rimuru said. Wait, you know about that? I know about them, and father and mother also know them, but we choose not to intervene with the affairs of the supernatural world, Rimuru replied and continued. Your soul was broken when I arrived and was about to disappear. To save you I shared a fragment of my soul to fix yours, Rimuru said. Why did you do that? You hurt yourself just because of me. I'm just useless and weak. Asia didn't get to finish her sentence since Rimuru holds her hands out of nowhere. Hey, don't say that, alright. You're not useless and weak, believe in yourself more, Rimuru said. Still, it doesn't change the fact that you hurt yourself just for me, Asia said. I said it was fine, and let me show you who I am, Rimuru said as he shared his memory with Asia. He revealed who he is since he trusts Asia. He has that feeling that he thought was lost when Shizu died. So he trusts Asia more than anyone, and he has a feeling that Asia won't tell anyone about his true self. After a while, Asia saw Rimuru's memory. So you're a god? Asia asks in surprise. A god, huh? I don't consider myself as one, Rimuru replied. Should I bow and worship you? Please don't, Rimuru replied, at which Asia just giggled. Hey, don't lock, Rimuru said while looking embarrassed. Wait, if you shared your soul fragment with me, does that mean that? Yes, both of us are connected, and you have a fragment on my soul, which empowers you, and when time passes you evolve into a higher being, Rimuru replied. Don't ask about the logic of soul, ha ha ha. Asia wanted to speak, but she was again interrupted by Rimuru. Don't think too much about it, Rimuru said. Alright if you say so, Asia said as she rested her head on Rimuru's shoulder. The two of them just sleep under the shades of the tree and enjoy their time together. Later time, the Tempest family said that Asia will goes to the same school as Rimuru since both of them are still 17 years old. Asia at first wanted to refuse since she said that it was too much for her, but Rimuru's parents and also the servant convinced her and left her without a choice but to accept.